Today we'll go through a bunch of bug fixes and minor improvements. First, we need to fix a bug where the markers don't always disappear after the player loads their data. We can find the cause of this issue inside the hide markers script. When we load the markers, they may have not loaded on the client, so we may be trying to hide a marker that hasn't actually loaded. If the collected marker loads after we try to hide it, it will not be hidden. Now all we need to do is right at the top of the script after we've loaded data, we'll just say repeat wait, and just do .2 until game : is loaded. This is a code snippet I found from a dev forum thread, which I'll leave linked in the description. It checks if the game has loaded every 0.2 seconds, and if it has, the code below it will begin running. So now we can test this, and it shouldn't actually hide our markers until the game has loaded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 of my markers have been hidden. So if I was to keep trying it, they should all hide every single time, and we shouldn't have any problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so they all load, and it seems to be working fine. Let's try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, so they're all hiding. Perfect. It was just a case of making sure we wait until every single marker has loaded, because here's why, really. If we was to grab our collection service just before the repeat wait, we'll do print the number of collection service : get tagged marker, and then we'll do it afterwards as well. We'll now get a before and after. So I have 8 markers in my project. I know that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 markers. So after should say 8, and before we'll see what it says. When we first run the game, it says there's only 3 markers. Once the game's finished loading, it says there's 8. Without going into too much detail, what's basically happening is when the client begins their game, it's requesting all the data from the server and essentially creating a copy of it onto the client. So it's basically got to copy the models from the workspace on the server into its own client, and that takes a bit of time. So if we're running code before that's finished happening, it's not going to work, and that's essentially why some of our markers weren't hiding. So it's just this one line of code here that we had to add to fix that bug. The next problem we need to fix isn't a bug, but a lack of implementation from the index video. If we make the background frame visible in the index GUI, we can see the chosen frame. We only want to see the contents of the chosen frame if we've selected a marker. Inside the load chosen script, under scrolling frame, we need to basically add some code which will just set the frames to visible. So in the load marker info, right at the end, we'll just enable the stuff. So we'll say chosen viewport frame dot visible equals true, chosen area dot visible equals true, chosen hint dot visible equals true, and chosen name dot visible equals true. And that's it. Close that script, and I'm going to set the name, the hint, the area, and the viewport frame to visible equals false. Now we can't see that. Now I'll hide the background, press play, and now when I open up this index, until I click a marker, nothing will show on that side. Finally, if we was to test this again and reset our character, so I've got the pink, the green, the red, the yellow, and the salmon marker found. If I now reset my character, and then I open up the index once I respawn, nothing's been found. And this is a bit of a problem. This has an incredibly easy fix. Click on the index GUI, and go to the properties, and disable ResetOnSpawn. And that's it. Now if we was to try it again, that just stops the GUI resetting on the spawn. Just make sure, so all of our markers are still disappearing. Now if I reset my character, I'll even select something in the chosen frame, respawn, and I'll close it and then reopen it, just so we're refreshing the view, and it's still the exact same. Perfect. And that's all for this video. It was very easy. I just wanted to fix some things before we move on. So in the next video, we'll look at adding badges to our game. So if a user collects a marker, they'll earn a badge. Check out our Discord server, which you can find the link to in the description, where we're trying to build a community of future game developers. You can ask for programming help, help others, or just chat there too. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.